Every business idea to be successful, it has to be built for a primary group of customers who are in some pain and are demanding for a relief, and your product or service must come as a solution to that pain. So if you look at this statement, there are 4 important concepts to it: successful, primary group of customers, pain, and a demand for relief. Now first, what do I mean by a successful business? If you are currently running a business, then ask yourself this question: whether or not, if the value that my business is adding to a group of people in the society, can that be sustained over a long period of time without the need of an external capital once the overall setup has been done? If it is yes, then you, my friend, has arrived at the status quo of being called a successful business owner. So before moving into the remaining parts of the video, let me introduce myself to all of you. My name is Jutraban Buragohain and I'm the founder of Deutalo Innovations, a startup where we are solving the problem of credit default by customers in small businesses. So I started my entrepreneurship journey 5 years back, and it has been a breathtaking journey of lots and lots of downs and very fewer ups. Hundreds of mistakes made and thousands of learnings. And now I'm here at YouTube creating all these videos to come, only to document all my mistakes that I have done so far, so that you don't have to repeat the same. So now, coming to the second component of it. What do I mean by a primary group of customers? These are the group of customers that your business is primarily dependent on. Let's say these are the segment of customers. If you increase them by 10x in your business, then your revenue also grows by 10x or approximately around. And if this group of customers become 0 at some point, then your business will totally become 0. So let me give you an example to understand this. I started my first business at the age of 18, and it was during the time of lockdown. At that time, I have seen that many local clothing retailers are not being able to sell their clothes because obviously they are not allowed to open their stores. So what I thought, that if I can bring all of these retailers together in a one single online platform where they can sell their products, we can create something that can compete with bigger giants like Flipkart and Amazon. And it would be a billion-dollar idea. Sounds great, right?
Wrong.
Let me explain you why. See, my business idea is centered around local clothing retailers who are about to sell their clothes through my platform. But the idea is they are not the people who are going to pay the price to sell through my platform if they are not earning from it. So the primary group of customers with whom my business is totally dependent on are the people who are behind the closed doors during the time of lockdown. And the problem with this group of customers is that they're not having the pain point or even the requirement to go and buy for my services. Because being at home, why would someone even think of buying some clothes at the time of lockdown? It's totally ridiculous. So I totally failed to recognize my primary group of customers that my business is dependent on. And that was the first mistake from my first business that I have started. And that leads to the second important component, the concept of pain. That is the most important and critical factor that decides the success of a business idea. Now, what is pain? Pain is simply a feeling of deprivation of something. It can be physical, it can be mental, it can be social, it can be at any level. If you are sick, then you are physically deprived of a good health. If you recently broke up with your partner, then you are emotionally deprived of her presence. And if you want to start a business and you don't know how, then you are socially deprived of a good mentor. So all these pain points are at some point deprivation of something, a feeling of not having something that you desire or need. Oftentimes, pain is created by projecting a potential pleasure above your current state of being. And every existing business sells you an outcome that either creates you a desire or fulfills a need that is beyond your current state of being. And that's when the desired state of being is created. And the difference between the current state of being and the desired state of being is the pain you know. So it's very important for your business to sell an outcome which is absorbing the pain of the customer by uplifting them from the current state of being to the desired state of being. As an example, I want to take you 10 years back. If you want to watch an international movie at the time, then you need to search through different sources in the internet, go find it, and then download it, and then you will be able to watch that particular movie. And now, 10 years back, Netflix came as a solution to that particular problem, solving the pain point of not having to go for endless movie search, not needing to watch the movie in the poorest quality, and also giving you the opportunity to watch the movie of your favorite genre. So it always has been selling a pill to a pain point. Now coming to the last important concept, that is the demand for relief. And what I would say is the demand for relief must be right and increasing. And what I mean by right demand is this, that if I am demanding for your product or service to solve my pain point, then I must have the ability to pay the minimum price for it. Or simply, I must have the purchasing power to buy for your services. So if your idea is not being built for a primary group of customers who have the purchasing power or the ability to buy for your services, then it's not worth building that particular idea. What you should do is that you should target that group of customers who can pay for your services initially, and after that you can propagate it to a wide available audience. That's the reason many existing businesses suggest that you sell to the riches. Once you have optimized your product or services after selling to the riches, and then you can move below the pyramid of customers. Think about Apple. When it has first launched its iPhone, it has been targeted only for a premium group of people. And now, if you look in India, at least 1 among every 5 friends own an iPhone. And among all of this, if you ask me, what is the most important factors for the success of a business idea, then I would say that pain point and purchasing power are the most important of them. And the most important thing about both of them is that they are both correlated in terms of if you increase one of them to a very high intensity, then the other becomes irrelevant. If someone in your loved ones are in a life and death situation and you need to spend a budget which is far from your purchasing power, then are you going to spend it? Will you be thinking whether or not I want to buy for that services? What will you be doing is you'll be trying to find the best doctor to save your loved one, and you'll be trying to arrange the funds from anywhere, even asking from your friends, families, other relatives, taking a loan in some case, etc. And in contrast to that, if you increase the purchasing power of someone, that means you can increase the purchasing power, but if you target the super rich who have the highest purchasing power, and if you find some pain in their life and you project the pain to them and you sell an outcome that overcomes that pain, then they will be willing to buy for that services even though how small the pain is. And thirdly, how increasing or decreasing your market is will determine how long will you be there in that particular business with that particular idea. So to summarize this, a primary group of customers with pain, purchasing power, and a growing demand are the most important factors for a business idea to be successful. And that's the secret. That's it.